Imagine someone standing on a stage telling you with absolute certainty that they can do the impossible. Maybe it's curing all diseases. Maybe it's buying Greenland. Maybe it's fixing everything wrong with your life in just 4 years. Now, logically, you know this is ridiculous. But still, something about the way they say it, the sheer confidence, makes a little part of you think, well, maybe they could. Welcome to the strange power of confidence. And few modern figures embody it more vividly than Donald Trump. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Human beings are terrible at separating confidence from competence. In psychology, this is called the confidence heuristic. It's a mental shortcut. When someone speaks with certainty, our brains assume they know what they're talking about. It's quick, it's easy, and it usually works well enough until it doesn't. Think about it. If you're lost and two strangers offer directions, one mumbling, "I think it's maybe that way," while the other says, "Definitely north, just 3 blocks, can't miss it," who do you follow? We trust confidence, even when confidence is completely detached from reality. Donald Trump has turned this principle into an art form. From the very start of his career, he branded himself not as a businessman who sometimes failed, but as a winner. He slapped his name on golden towers, casinos, stakes, water, universities, you name it. The details didn't matter. What mattered was the aura of absolute belief. Trump equals success. Fast forward to politics, and the same formula applies. During rallies, interviews, even casual comments, Trump rarely sounds uncertain. He doesn't hedge. He doesn't say, "We'll try." He says, "We will." And for many people, that's enough. The way he says it feels more convincing than the actual facts. Take one of the strangest examples, Trump's 2019 idea of buying Greenland. To most world leaders, this sounded like satire. But Trump delivered it with such seriousness that his aides actually had to check if there was a legal mechanism for purchasing territory from Denmark. Of course, it wasn't going to happen. Denmark politely refused. The whole episode became a global meme. But here's the twist. Among Trump supporters, many didn't laugh. Some admired it. To them, it wasn't absurd, it was bold. It showed vision. This is the power of hyperconfidence. Even impossible promises can strengthen a leader's image because they signal strength. Now let's talk about promises. In 2016, Trump promised a wall paid for by Mexico. He promised to bring back coal jobs, to eliminate the national debt very quickly, to replace Obamacare with something terrific. Most of these things didn't happen. Some were never even close to happening. And yet, the lack of delivery didn't matter nearly as much as you'd expect. Why? Because for his core audience, the key wasn't results, it was belief. Psychologists call this motivated reasoning. Once you've emotionally invested in someone, your brain works overtime to protect that belief. Broken promises become obstacles from enemies. Exaggerations become strategic negotiation. Even contradictions are reframed as playing 4D chess. Confidence provides the glue that keeps the illusion intact. But confidence isn't just about one person on a stage, it's about groups. When a leader projects certainty, supporters feel safer, even powerful by association. It's a bit like being on a sports team with a coach who insists, "We're going to crush them." Does this guarantee victory? Not really. But it creates unity. It rallies people. It makes doubt seem unpatriotic, even dangerous. And here's where things get fascinating. Confidence can become contagious. Trump's unwavering self-belief transfers to his followers. They begin echoing his phrases, his style, even his insults, because repeating them feels like sharing in that same strength. In many ways, Trump operates like a high-stakes poker player. In poker, you don't always win by having the best cards. You win by convincing others you do. Bluffing, after all, is just weaponized confidence. And Trump bluffs constantly. Whether it's threatening tariffs, claiming elections were rigged, or declaring that COVID would disappear like a miracle, the strategy is the same. Project certainty, force others to react, and never admit weakness. This doesn't make the bluff true, but it does shift the game. Opponents waste energy disproving claims, while supporters admire the audacity. Now here's the paradox. Confidence is inspiring when it fuels innovation or courage. But it becomes dangerous when it replaces evidence, expertise, or accountability. When leaders can make wild promises without consequences, politics stops being about reality and starts being about vibes. The danger isn't just failed policies, it's the erosion of trust in facts themselves. Because if people believe confidence over evidence, whoever shouts loudest wins. But why do we fall for it again and again? Part of it is evolutionary. In small tribes, a confident leader probably increased survival. Someone who said, "I know where the food is," was more useful than someone who said, "I'm not sure, but maybe over there." Our brains are still wired for that shortcut. Add in modern media, which rewards bold statements, outrageous claims, and charismatic delivery, and you have the perfect storm. Confidence becomes currency. The louder the certainty, the more clicks, the more attention, the more influence. So, what do we make of all this? Donald Trump is not the first leader to master the confidence effect, and he won't be the last. From Caesar to Napoleon to modern CEOs, history is filled with people who rose to power not because they had all the answers, but because they acted as if they did. The uncomfortable question is not, why is Trump so confident? It's, why do we keep rewarding confidence even when it fails us? Maybe the real takeaway is this. Confidence feels good to follow, but reality eventually presents the bill. Greenland stays Danish. Walls don't get finished. Debts don't vanish. And yet the applause continues, because confidence, paradoxically, often matters more to us than truth. So the next time someone promises the impossible with total certainty, ask yourself, are they really showing strength, or just playing the best bluff in town?
There's a llama in my head, wearing sun.